guys, it's day 31, and what we're doing today is insulation. Now, when it came to researching insulation, I wanted to pull my hair out because of all the contradicting reports on the internet. However, what I came up with was Rockwool is one of the best to use because it's water resistant, fire resistant, pretty much everything resistant you need, and it's easy to cut and fit in the doors and stuff. I will also be using Polyiso foam board because it has a high R value of R6 per inch thick. Also, another one you can use is XPS foam board. It's pretty much the other one that everyone uses, those pink and blue ones that you always see. So let me show you what we're going to need, and then we're going to get started. All right? For this exercise, you're going to need a measuring tape, a knife. Wait a minute, that's not a knife. That's a knife. Hey guys, alright, so I got the Rockwool insulation done on the interior. Now, I know a lot of people use the Polyiso board in those sections, but honestly I was just too lazy to cut them out to that specification because that's a lot of angles and I already have enough to do with the wood and whatnot. Anyway, so I just stuffed them in there. I've actually got to get a little bit more. I used an entire roll of that stuff, and for all the little holes and stuff you see up in there, and there I have to stuff on more Rockwool, so I got to get a little bit more for that. I also did the doors, as you saw. Now, one thing about the doors is you want to be really careful around the locking mechanisms, and like, you know, this section right here, I don't know if you can see that, but this little doohickey's got to go in there, so gotta have rooms for it to be able to open and close. So yeah, just be careful around the locking mechanism and the door shutter thingamabobber. I was also careful around the speaker because I just didn't want to knock out like attachment of the wire or anything. So yep, we got that done, and then got these cargo doors done also, so they turned out pretty good. But again, be careful around the locking mechanism. Just gotta leave a kind of that section just kind of open there because you don't want to mess it up and not be able to shut the door or lock it. One other thing I'll mention is don't do the front doors because that would mess up the window that goes up and down. If you're really good with insulation, maybe you can do it, but I would not recommend that because, well, I almost did it, not gonna lie. So next up, we're going to be putting on the Polyiso foam board. And I'm going to be using 3M90 super adhesive spray. That's what a lot of people recommended, and I'll show you that to you here in a second. So, coming along. And we got the Rockwool in, baby! Yeah! Next up, we're gonna be putting in the foam board insulation. So, let's get cracking! Yeah! Alrighty, step one for the foam insulation. What we're gonna do is get some cardboard, cut out some templates, use those templates to cut out the foam board. Then we're gonna get the foam board and stick them up there. And then we're gonna be snug as a bug in a rug, baby. Woo! Hey guys, well, I wanted to give you a close-up of like how I was making my templates and everything. Just really easy. Just been taking the newspaper, putting it up here, taping it up, and then tracing the outline. So here's a quick little time lapse of how I do that. And there you go. Well, then you cut it out. Yeah. Go. Cut out, what we'll be doing is step 2, baby! Attaching it! So, how do we attach it? We're going to be using this stuff. It's 3M90 high strength contact adhesive spray. This is the one that kept coming up in all the research I did. So, we're going to be using it. Now, in order to do it right, we're going to spray the one side and then the area that we're going to be attaching it at. And then we're going to apply pressure to make sure we have a good tight fit. And I'm going to show you how to do that here in a second. Okay, now that we got it stuck on there, we want to make sure it's got enough pressure so it'll set really good. So what we're going to do is this little trick I learned from this fireman on YouTube. Thanks, bud. So what we do is stuff and stitch. Okay, there we go. So now we just got to do that with all of this. Here's your time lapse. Yeah! the boards out. Let's take a look at the finished project. Well, come on! Alrighty then. Looks pretty good. A little bit different, doesn't it? Alright, so what I did, aside from the glue, is I put Great Stuff foam right along the edges of all the foam board because I wanted to make sure it got a really tight fit and it's not just gonna fall off. So, added that, and we're looking pretty good. So, coming along, baby. Next up, we're doing the floor. Woo!